War, what is it good for? Especially a war caused by the death of a pig. So sad, the Pig War of 1859, sometimes called the Pig and Potato War, that brought the United States and Great Britain to the brink of a full-scale military conflict. And while there were no human casualties, tragically, an innocent pig lost his life, and a potato was eaten, which makes the whole thing that much more heartbreaking. It's Russ Woody again, whether you like it or not, with another vital historical fact. In 1859, two men, a British guy who owned a pig and an American guy who owned a gun and a potato, were both living on an island called San Juan between Vancouver and what is now the state of Washington. Unfortunately, nobody at the time was clear whether Great Britain or the United States owned the island because of vague wording in the Oregon Treaty of 1846. Well, the British guy's pig wandered one day onto the American guy's property, started digging up and eating one of his American potatoes. So naturally, the American guy shot the pig. The British guy, Charles Griffin, was pissed off, and he went over to the American's farm and he said, "You got a lot of nerve shooting my pig." The American guy, Lyman Cutler, and that's not him there, though. I don't know who those old people are. That's his gun. That's all he could find was a picture of his gun. I don't know why. Anyway, he said the pig was eating his potato. Griffin scoffed and he said, "That was rubbish." I can't really do a British accent. He said, "It's up to you to keep your potatoes out of my pig." And just to help you with the story a little bit, there's a picture of a pig and that's a potato. Griffin was so pissed off, in fact, that he reported Cutler to the local British authorities, who threatened to arrest him. When the other Americans got wind of this, they drew up a petition requesting U.S. military protection. The United States then sent a 66-man company of the U.S. infantry to the island to defend the Americans. So the British sent the frigate HMS Tribune with instructions to dislodge the American troops. The British ship was soon joined by other warships, and so the Americans requested additional reinforcements from the mainland. By mid-August, American forces comprised more than 400 soldiers and 8 cannons. The British forces there included 5 warships and more than 1,000 men. And just when it looked like everyone was going to start blowing the shit out of everyone else, Royal Navy Rear Admiral Robert Baines arrived, and he basically said, "Chill the fuck out, you dudes." Soon President James Buchanan sent the commander-in-chief of the U.S. Army to negotiate a peaceful conclusion. Both sides agreed to reduce the number of troops, but each would keep a small token force and share the island. The situation wasn't officially resolved until 1871 with the Treaty of Washington, when the United States got the island. In the midst of all this, who was ultimately right? On the one hand, a British pig was mercilessly gunned down in cold blood. On the other hand, the pig was a conniving thief who thoughtlessly dug up an American potato. It is a question I think no one can answer. And while some might say potato, potato, I say pig, pig.